All right, we are back on the Andre Duke Show. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Get this out of the way at the beginning. Williams Auto Parts, located in Portland, Indiana, and go see Rocky, go see Heath for your new and used auto parts. Appreciate Rocky, appreciate Heath for lending the name. And if you're looking for a mirror or something of that sort, or an alternator, just go ahead and give them a call. Their number's on the ticker below, 260-726-8001. Go see Rocky, go see Heath down in Portland, Indiana. So with that out of the way, we'll get that going. Also, appreciate everybody tuning in. If you can do us the biggest favor, hit that like and subscribe button. And also, we've got new equipment. Obviously, upgraded the microphone, upgraded the soundboard. Yeah, I'm getting some feedback right now. Appreciate my guy Scooter in the chat. Him and Apollo probably sitting there. Scooter with his designer coffee, and he's probably, if I know him, since it's going to be his Sunday, he's definitely, I already know he's definitely going to, he definitely hit Chipotle. That's what Scott's doing. Definitely hit Chipotle. But we got LSU. LSU is on Mississippi State. First pitch, 7:30. See what LSU's on the ropes, in my opinion. They're definitely, I would hasten to say that I think that they're in the danger zone, to say the least. I really do think they're in the danger zone. I think that there's a lot to be said. No, 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 no. Whoa, no, no, no. Whoa. I don't know why it was doing that. Definitely do not need any of that. Hopefully that doesn't get copyright. Gotta figure out this iPad real quick for the phone line. But appreciate everybody tuning in while I get this figured out. Yeah, bear with me here while I'm working on this. Okay, we will disconnect that. Let me look here. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, trying to get the phone line completely connected here. So it's connected. Don't know why Spotify was playing. See what this does. LSU home run. LSU home run. I think LSU really needs this tonight. They're up 3-0 on Mississippi State. LSU needs it. I don't know why Spotify started playing. So Hold on 1 second. So there's kind of that. So yeah, that's what we got rolling here. LSU jumps out early. So that's the whole thing. I think if they win tonight, I think it helps them, but I haven't checked their RPI in a while. I think it's going to be interesting to say the least. So, I'm just getting feedback here as I'm doing this live. So, appreciate everybody. Also, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069. All right. Just getting the feedback live here. Just doing that. Texas Vanderbilt coming on tonight. A&M up on Florida. Um, got some other scores going around. For some reason, TV1 can't go into multi-view, which sucks. But phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call if you want to call in. Talking some ball, baseball that is. NFL draft finished up today. I don't know. I think that there's going to be a lot of guys that get signed. So we'll see. We'll see where some of these guys land. Nussmeier was almost didn't get drafted. The LSU quarterback. We'll see. I believe he went to Kansas City. Got some of that draft stuff going on. As I'm looking at looking for something here. Trying to find it. But so we'll see what William Schmidt's got for the Tigers tonight. So where is it? I was looking for something and I can't seem to find it. There it is. Let's go here. All right, got that done. So Mississippi State 32-10, 11-8 in SEC play. LSU 24-19, 6-13 in SEC play. I don't know. LSU majorly needs this one tonight, because if they don't get this one tonight, ain't looking good, my friends. Ain't going to be looking good on the baseball front in Baton Rouge. No, that's not what I want. No, where are we at here? Yeah. Look at what Friday was. State beat them on Friday, and I mean, they can't. I don't think they can take another loss, to be completely honest, especially in SEC play, because the last time I checked their RPI, they were like 68, and I don't think that's going to be enough, because I think they'll fall again, even though Mississippi State is ranked. The baseball RPI is finicky, to be completely honest, but it kind of is what it is. But also, A&M looks like they're most likely going to hang on to that one in Gainesville. I think it's going to be fascinating. I honestly can't wait until the NCAA tournament kicks off, because that's going to be a fun time. I always enjoy the tournament, to be completely honest. Before I did the whole podcast thing, I think that it's a good tournament. I like the double elimination. That's a gopher ball. So State's on the board. It's good for them. Just chip away at it a little bit. You don't need it all at once. I kind of wonder if there's going to be. Yeah, as soon as he hit it, he didn't come firing out of the batter's box. I think he knew it was gone. So, State's on the board. No, that's an ugly swing. But so yeah, Mississippi State on the board. Also, phone lines open. Number to call 260-255-4069. Warning track power on that. LSU spent a lot of money on the baseball team. They spent a ton of money on the baseball team, and ooh boy, looking rough. Oh yeah, it is Miller time. That is for sure. That is definitely for sure. Also, if you call in, we don't necessarily have to talk baseball. We can talk NFL draft if you want. So there's kind of that as well. Okay, get that over there. Got the cooler packed for a couple of ball games. So there's kind of that. Appreciate everybody who's tuning in. Also, if you want to do us the biggest favor, hit that like and subscribe button. That helps us a ton as well. Um, yes, I'm just cleaning up some stuff here. But yeah, we got the new audio interface hooked up, new microphone. Slowly but surely, we are upgrading the podcast. That's what it takes. Rome wasn't built in a day. And I also am not a sound engineer, so that's kind of where I'm at. So that's what we got cooking. So yeah, I think that if Mississippi State keeps tearing the cover off the ball, I mean, what they score the other night? 10. Oh, a kid from Florida lead off double. Good for him. Good for him. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Not a whole lot not a whole lot going on outside of you know, NFL draft. I guess we could run through some NFL draft picks. I have this on. What does multi-view look like on? Gonna really give me Florida State and Stanford? Yikes. Florida getting some freshman at bats. But yeah, a lot of guys didn't get drafted. Luke Altmaier, I thought that was interesting. He did not make an enough. He didn't get drafted. But out of the QBs taken, Mendoza, Ty Simpson, Carson Beck, Drew Aller, Klubnik, Cole Payton from North Dakota State, Talon Green. I thought that was fascinating that the Browns drafted another quarterback, and Nussmeier is the last Q taken. Notre Dame, 2 running backs get drafted. Nicholas Singleton. I thought he would have went higher, but and then Pittsburgh drafts the kid out of Navy, which good on them. Have to see if the kid gets it to shake out for him. I was shocked Max Clare was a late second round pick. I thought he would have went higher, but Will Kazmarek, kid from Ohio, drafted as well. I thought there was a lot of tight ends selected. Quite a few centers this year as well. Pat Coughlin of Indiana goes to Tennessee. D tackle Caleb Banks, Peter Woods, Caden McDonald, defensive tackles drafted really high. So that's kind of where we're at. But also, phone lines are open. Number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. So that's kind of where we're kicking here. LSU up 3-1 on Mississippi State. Florida ekes a run across, and what a play by the third baseman from A&M. Guy just goes up and gets it. Oh, pass ball. That's the third. He ran to first, and LSU's got a man on. Top of the second here. I think Mississippi State needs to just settle in. What are you doing? You gotta pull that one back and wear it, buddy. Should have ate that one, kid. A&M kind of throwing it all over the place right now. Have to see what we got here. LSU trying to move that guy. What are they calling? So he moves him over one out. I get the whole small ball approach, but in the second inning, I don't like it. I think he thought it was catcher interference because when the ball hit his bat, it looked like it hit the catcher's glove, to be completely honest. Florida not saying die yet, but another they're gonna go 2-out bunt, and he's out. So around the horn, State throws out the runner at third. You got to get that one down. Yeah, he was way out. He was way out. I think, anyway. That quite possibly maybe could have been a run if they didn't get that guy picked off. To be completely honest, but what do I know? What am I looking for here? There we go. Got Vanderbilt, Texas up as well. The turf field it's just so off-putting. What do we got for multi-view options? No, they want to put Stanford with it, which is gross. I don't want to watch Stanford, Florida State, to be completely honest. So Texas Vandy in the top of 1-0. LSU up 3-1 on Mississippi State. Also, if you're watching on Twitter, come on over to YouTube. Phone line is open. So there is that as well. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. And what a catch. Anywhere else, that's probably a home run. No missed calls, so I don't need that. Oh, Diego Pounds gets signed by the Ravens. All right. 2-out walk. I just feel like LSU needs this game badder than They got to win today and they got to win tomorrow if they want to keep their tournament hopes alive, in my opinion. LSU looks like they're back to the top of the lineup, which I think that's where their most productive bats are. Also, Texas Vandy 25 and 18, 9 and 10 in SEC play. Texas 31 and 8 and 12 and 6 in SEC play. Oh, yeah, got him. All right, going to the bottom of the second in Stark Vegas. 5 through 7 coming up from Mississippi State. Turn the attention to Vanderbilt, although I do like the white Vanderbilt baseball hat, the white V. I like it. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, we'll have to see where this whole thing shakes out, but the night is young. We'll have to see how long this stream goes, to be completely honest. I'm going to say it's going to be about 4 hours. If I was a gambling man. So I think it'll be a 4-hour stream, to be completely honest. All right. We'll get this. Move this over here. Let's go and do that. Let me hit. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, everybody. Got to get over here and do the deal. All right. Got that squared away. Oh yeah, that's that. Appreciate everybody. All right. See what Schmidt can do. Can he retire the side in order? Uh Texas got a runner on second. Ooh. Gotta hit it a long way in Stark Vegas. 350 out there. That's just a hell of a nice facility that Mississippi State has, to be completely honest. All right. Also, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. Man, State is they're hitting it hard. They're just hitting it right to people at the moment. I mean, that's a positive for LSU, to be completely honest. Uh, one of the crazier things is that if this is just an if UCLA wins baseball and softball, it's going to be tough because they just showed the graphic that the SEC's won every national title since 2019. Also, Texas is threatening runners on first and third, one out. Really, Vandy's going to be pitching this batter to roll one, so we'll see. Oh, that is a big swing and a miss. All right. Working full. See what you got. Just gets a piece of it. Man, I just hate looking at these turf fields. It's just like, who you fooling? Just grow grass. I mean, it's like, come on, fellas. You're a multi-million-dollar operation. Multi-million-dollar operation. Going to be a fascinating endeavor whenever they get the automatic strike zone. That's going to be a fun time. And I mean, there's a lot of college baseball fans complaining about the strike zone and also pace of play. Ooh, foul ball. Hopefully there's no fights. Yeah. After that one last night, I'm surprised. Surprised the kid didn't wear one, to be completely honest. But I don't think LSU's in the business of getting even right now. I think their back is totally against the wall. All right, let's go. State can't do nothing. Leaving ducks on the pond. Leaving ducks on the pond. Vanderbilt, Texas. 2 outs, runners on first and third. Ooh wee. Glad I didn't bet that Hawks game. I did. 3.5. It's over. It's Jover. Unless it's over. Atlanta down 86-65. Yeah, it's over. I did take the Nuggets money line for tonight. So we'll see where that shakes out. Get some of my moolah back. Getting some of that back. So, uh-oh. That's not fun. Backwards K's aren't fun, Texas. So that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, here comes the promotions for Omaha. Begins June 12th. Oh yeah, Mississippi State got the cowbells out. LSU's last couple records: won the College World Series 54-17, 43-23. 53-23 won the College World Series. They are, what was it, 24-19. Also, they had a loss to Bethune Cookman. Pretty, I mean, they showed up tonight at State. A couple of LSU folks in there sprinkled in. Couldn't check it, man. Just nope. Yeah, we got. I mean, at least the draft's over. I am happy about that. The NFL draft. And then the next big event for the NFL is going to be the schedule release. Yay. That's going to be fun. So there's kind of that. Also, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. Figured I'd get a watch party in, especially with all the all the time I took off this week trying to get my upgraded audio and all of that fun stuff. Huh. Here come the Commodores. Commodores coming to the plate. Oh yeah, Texas throwing Roger Rojas. I guess I forgot he was a third round pick. See a lot of cranes in the background at Nashville. I thought Vandy had their stadium remodeled done. Guess I should check the old iPad. Make sure I ain't got no missed calls. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Ooh, touching 94 on that one. Oh, gotta play it off the wall, my friend. Gotta play it off the wall. Ooh, that was nasty. That was some nasty movement right there. Ah, man. Neck is bothering me. It is 8:20 East Coast time. So, ooh. What do we got? Cubs update. Cubs Dodgers 2-2. See what the Cubbies can do tonight. Nah. Yep, LSU. I think you need to choke up and put it in play. And what's the verdict? That still in play? He's legging it. Triple for the Commodores. Or no. Yes, triple. Vanderbilt, bottom of the first, no outs, guy on third. Yeah, he knew it as soon as he hit it because you could tell by the body language. LSU battling at the plate. 3 innings, he's already at 60 pitches. Bullpen's probably going to get fired up in Starkville. I would say. Nah, that hit off the player. So I would say that ball's going to be. I don't think there's no fan interference. I don't think in the Vanderbilt Texas game. He battled all that way to hit it right into the shift. I just hate the shift. Ooh, in-game interview coming up with Jay Johnson. Awesome. Love it. All right. Okay, looking at this. See what Rojas has got. Can you get out of the jam? That's in the concourse. Vandy. 3-0. Home run Commodores. Hit it in the concourse. Yeah. That's not fun. Not a fun day happening. I wonder if I can get in on some of that. Um, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure Jay Johnson just loves these in game interviews. Just not a lot of fun, I would say. But also, you want to do us the biggest favor, hit that like and subscribe button. That helps us a ton. Mm. Yeah, they're doing a lot of obvious stuff right now all over Instagram. Jason Kelsey at Talladega. Oh yeah, I forgot the rate. Talladega's on tomorrow. I was down in Dega last year with Siski and Neil, having a grand he old time, which I thought it was great. Got to go to the race, VIP access, fun times. Oh, bad throw. Yeah, you better stay there. Better stay there, Haas. Mr. Rojas gets K. He needed that. Needed that for morale. Big time needed that for morale. What do I get cooking here? Get that there. Going over to X. Everything happening on X. Uh, get get that there. So as we're moving it and grooving it, can Mississippi State chip away at this? Um, One of the interesting stats that I listen to MPW Digital a lot, Chase Parham being a beat writer for the baseball team, another off the wall for Vanderbilt. Um, he was he was talking about something very fascinating. To be completely honest, um, it was oh wow, Tennessee just going after Pavia right now. Oof, I'd want no parts of that, my friends. But yeah, there's a lot there. Honestly, I'm going to choose to keep my mouth shut on that last one. To be completely honest, on what I seen on the internet, because I'm I don't want to dive into that publicly. What's going on in the college football space at the moment? Whatever. Get that out of the way. Hold on 1 second, folks. Oh, oh, what a pick! I think he's. Ooh, I thought he was safe. At, on the eyeball, I thought he was safe, but he moved the runner around for Vanderbilt. Texas down 3-0. State got a man on first. Yeah, son, I'd probably throw that again the way he swung at that. All right, we're back. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Hold on once. All right. All right, here we go. All right. So, I think Mr. Rojas got out of it. Yep, got out of it. All right. So we should see what's going on here. Oh, handlebar mustache. That's a bold strategy. Number 18, facial hair of the day. Number 18, handlebar mustache. I'm in. Definitely in. Pretty epic. I wonder who the team, if there's going to be a team this year that grows the mullets out. To be completely honest. All right. SEC standings: Georgia still on top. Texas A&M 13-6. Texas 12-6. Florida, Auburn, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Arkansas, all ranked. I think the teams that are in the danger zone are Vanderbilt down. Vanderbilt, Kentucky, South Carolina, I don't think's getting in. LSU loses tonight. I think they're fried green tomatoes, to be completely honest. I don't see a path. They would practically have to win out, I would think. So there's kind of that. All right, get that taken care of. Killing it today. All right. All right. We'll see what Texas can do. Texas needs a run, although I do like I do think the Vanderbilt uniform woo, golly, that's tasty good. Daddy's dogs. Out there in Vandy. Hot dog stand. Although I like Vanderbilt's uniforms tonight. Although I think if I'm Texas, I think you just wear white pants. I'm a white pant guy, to be completely honest. I'm not a gray pant guy. Because if you're gonna wear gray pants, you have to wear gray tops. Also, with Texas's uniform, try not to be that guy, but I feel like I'm picking the Longhorns apart here. But the gray pant, wear the gray top, or wear white pants with the orange or burnt orange top. I don't think that's too much to ask. Um, I think that there's something to be had there, to be completely honest. All right, what can I do? Vandy, Texas. Can I get no nuggets here? Why do I get no multi-view action? Where is the multi-view? Okay. Yeah, I don't. We'll try this. We'll try to build a multi-view on the fly. All right. Keep the Cubs. Get rid of that. Put that in there. Get rid of that. And we'll put the pins in there. All right. Got the multi-view rolling. So I got 5 different games, or 5 different games on. We got in one box, we got LSU, Mississippi State. We got Cubs, Dodgers. Then we have Nuggets, Timberwolves, and then we have Flyers, Pins as well. And then do I just no more multi-view there. We just have Texas, Vanderbilt on their own TV. Oh, come on, State. You got to catch that. You guys got to communicate, man. Gotta communicate that. Just unbelievable. All right. Let's see what we got cooking here. So, also hit that like and subscribe button as well. That helps us a ton to grow the podcast. Quite frankly, we got a lot going on. All right, Nuggets T-Wolves about to tip off. Ooh, they're gonna wear their black unis tonight. We'll see how long the Penguin game lasts. That guy's gonna tag, so LSU is going to. They're gonna have a runner on third with 2 outs. So this next out's very critical. Texas has a man on. Yeah, I'm not watching the Dodgers beat up on the Cubs. Can't do it. Not gonna do it. See how much of the Talladega race is left. All right. Ooh. Close. And that's not ideal placement. Mm-mm. Now we're gonna ditch one of these. I think it's gonna be Flyers Penguins. Yep. Just what the doctor ordered. Mississippi State gets out of it. Yeah, that'll work. Also, phone line is open. Gotta check on it. Oh, no calls. We're good. So there's kind of that. Vandy. It's top of the second. Top of the second. We're an hour and 4 minutes in. Although I do like the gear that Vandy's catchers got on. Do like that. Ooh, Papa John's. I think the only way we'll possibly end the stream early is if Vandy, Texas, it turns into a complete blowout. Although I don't know. We'll see how long we go. Oh yeah, we got the. That is something I did get done tonight at 11. Gonna have some rain. Oh yeah, I got Talladega on the Xfinity Series. Jack Link's 500 tomorrow. That's a tough one to swallow. Yeah, these in-game interviews with coaches are just a joke. They're trying to manage a game here, and you're asking them questions. If I'm Greg Sankey, I just say, I think that's no thanks. To be completely honest. Also, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069. Vandy up 3-0 on Texas. Mississippi State down 2 runs. So we'll see. Ooh, that went behind him. That's a little earth shattering. Although I do like that condo idea Mississippi State came up with. Uh yeah. All right. So hit by the Bulldogs. Uh Hey Duke, I agree. These mid-game talks would be a pain in the ass. Yeah, I hear you, Joe. I don't think I couldn't do it. Scooter's here. And Joe's in the house. Appreciate you guys. Also, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069. So, yeah, appreciate all 50 people in here watching. Looking at some other stuff on the old Twitter. Yeah, LSU's got they got a stranglehold on the game. New sound effects with the new equipment. Oh yeah. We'll have to see if I can time it up right. Ooh, Texas. All right, going to the bottom of the second. In Trashville. Going to the bottom of the second. Also, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069. Also, got the Nuggets Timberwolves kicking off, or well, not kicking off, tipping off. Nuggets wearing white. Not a big fan of those Nugget unis. I think they're just bleh. Although the Timberwolves black uniforms, those are elite, and also going with the old school court, I like it. With the Timberwolf in the middle of the looks like pine trees, and it's got the real distinct writing. And they went old school court as well. Yeah. What's crickets? Did Miami score a TD? Oh no, Joe. Um can't wait for Indy to beat the crap out of Miami. Yeah. I honestly think that when it comes down to it this year, I think that this might be the most contentious Heisman race. And I think since 1998. Now, I'm not saying those players are as good as Charles Woodson, Randy Moss, Peyton Manning. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that I think we're going to have a really close Heisman race this year, because I think some of the people or some of the players that are going to have their hat in the ring for the Heisman I think you're going to have Arch Manning in the thick of it. I think you're going to possibly have Julian Sayin in it. Oh, uh-oh. That's not good for the T-Wolves. Arch Manning, Trinidad Chambliss should be in there. I think this is going to be controversial, but I think Keewan Lacey should be in there, and CJ Carr will be in there. And yeah, Notre Dame spent a ton of money to upgrade the wide receiver room. I think that's what they really needed in the portal. I think the defense will be much improved. Chris Ash coming in, right before spring, installing a new system, doing some of that. I think Marcus will have his fingers in the ointment. And I think the big thing is that I'm not getting sucked into the list that everybody put out last year. I think that if you have a new player in the league that they've transferred into, I think they go on to this is Ash's second season. Yeah. I think you go on to have to let everything play out before, well, not necessarily let it play out, but you got to let them get a couple of games under their belt in a new league. That's just my opinion, but we'll see where it shakes out. But I don't think it's going to be the be all end all. Oh, gotcha. I was looking for something. Texas Vandy only in the second inning. Unbelievable. But yeah, I think I'll be interested to see what Texas looks like on defense, bringing in Will Muschamp. You know, he was one of the guys that was the coach in waiting whenever they started throwing that tag out, and then when Muschamp left, Major Applewhite was the coach in waiting, and off the wall, smoked it. So State only down one. Fourth inning. Is it going to completely unravel for LSU down in Starkville? All right. Oh, he tore his Achilles. Ooh, boy, Anthony Edwards. Yeah, not happy. All right. Here we go. Whatchamacallit just tore his Achilles. You could see um you could see his calf muscle just wiggle. All right. Ooh, Jamal Murray fouled. All right. State down one, 2 outs, runner on second. Vandy at the plate. All right. Here we go. All right. Give me 1 second, Joe. Can you hear me? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Where's my Bluetooth? Can you hear me, Joe? Oh, hell. What is going on? Hold on. Let me see if I can get this figured out. Can you hear me, Joe? Hold on. Oh. All right. Got to get the phone line figured out. Let me see here. See if I can get it. All right. Let's see here. Hold on 1 second, Joe. I got to. Oh. Apologize, everybody. I'm trying to get this phone deal figured out. What do I got to do? Hold on, Joe. Can you hear me? Oh, what do I got to do here? Give me 1 second, Joe, and I'll call you back. Inputs, headphones. Okay, let's look here. Which one is it? Bluetooth. There's that. All right. Let's see if I can. What in the world? Can you hear me, Joe? Give me a second. I got to get this figured out. Okay. Headphones. All right. Bear with me here, folks. Input. Okay, got that. All right. Give me a second. That's monitor routing. Don't need that. That's for recording, processing. What did I? There was a setting that I had. No, that's mic 4. That's that. That's the other mic. Bluetooth. Give me 1 second here. Let me figure this out. All right. Hold on. Hold on, Joe. Let me see if I can get this to connect. Can you hear me? I don't think he can hear me. I don't know. What did I do? I got to figure this out. Phone routing for callers. Paired as a media playback. Route correctly. Call volume. Can you hear me, Joe? Ah, man. What is it? Because I think those go away. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, but see, my thing is, Joe, is I can't hear you. Uh, give me a second. Lower that. Can you hear me, Joe? Oh man, he can hear me, but I can't hear him. So it's something in the headphones. So if it's in the headphones, okay. All right. I'm working on it. Troubleshooting live. All right. Okay, got that. That's what I'm working on right now. All right. I'll keep that there. Out routing. I think that might have fixed it. Let's see. Audio. Got the echo cancellation on. We're getting there. Let me get this done. I'm gonna get it, Joe. Just give me a second. All right, back here. Monitor. No. routing, Bluetooth. Tab out routing. Outputs, tab routing. Okay. Okay. All right. We'll get this figured out. It's going to take a minute, but we'll get it figured out. It's the first day with the new piece of equipment. First day. Headphones. Top left tile. Monitoring that may. That's not what I need. That one ain't it. Listen, no routing. Okay. Get the routing done. Doing this on the fly. Can't hear Bluetooth callers. Fix the top right screen. Slide instead of custom. Okay. We'll see if that fixed it. Can you hear me, Joe? Still no audio. Monitor. Nope. Nope. Routing. Bluetooth and all right. Okay. Um all right. So that is up as loud as it'll go. Mm. Does that fix it? I don't think so. That didn't fix it. Give me 1 second, Joe, and I'll try to call you back. Um, Called YouTube and make you walk you through it. This happened to another guy, and he bitched him out, and they helped him. I think I can get it. I think I can get it fixed. Just give me a good 5 minutes here, and I'll be able to. That's plus minus main mix Bluetooth. I don't need that because I Yeah, I got my mic muted, Joe. I'm working through it here for a second. Just give me a second. I'm trying to call you, Joe. Hey, Joe, can you hear me?
Hang on a second.
Hey, Joe, can you hear me? Oh, you got to.
Hang on a second.
Hey, Joe, can you hear me? Oh, you got to.
Hang on a second.
Hey, Joe, can you hear me? Oh, you got to. Uh-oh. Sounds like your TV's frozen. Sounds like your TV's frozen. I'll put Joe on hold for a second. Just type in the chat when you're ready to rock and roll, Joe. That's what happens sometimes if you're watching on a Oh, damn it. Here, let me call him back. Oh, we got all kinds of. Let me call you, Joe. Okay. This should work now. No.
Testing.
Hold on, I gotta get it. For some reason, when I call you, it's not. Is that echo your TV?
No, it's you. I'll turn down YouTube.
Yeah. Because.
So you're hearing me. You just can't put me onto the YouTube microphone.
Yeah, for some reason it's not giving me the option on the Bluetooth.
To pick up calls.
Right.
Or actually, you called me, so it's working on the Bluetooth for you to call me.
Yeah. Oh, hell, how would I do this? Because for some reason it's unsyncing from the Bluetooth.
If you get a call in. But if you call out.
Yeah, it unsyncs it.
You hear me. But the people on the YouTube can't hear me.
Yeah. So I'm going to hang up, try to call me again, and we'll see if that will work.
Yeah, why don't you turn off your Bluetooth and then turn it back on, or will that take you off the show?
No, that won't take me off the show. I'll reset my Bluetooth and I'll give you a thumbs up when I get that done. All right, bye. Okay. All right. Technical difficulties. For some reason. Disconnect. No, I don't need the Bluetooth keyboard. Okay. Device type. Headphone, hearing aid. Okay, give me 1 second. All right. Give me 1 second, Joe. I got something in. Okay. Headphones. All right, now try to give me a call, Joe, and see if it'll go through. Good to go, Joe. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hold on.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, I think we got it this time. If Scott's,
You can hear me?
I think the people on YouTube can hear you now.
Scott, you can hear me? I think the people.
Yeah, you got to turn your YouTube down. Well, that's where we're getting that echo from.
Okay, it's down.
All right, so
Yay, you fixed it.
yeah, because
I think that was a good idea. I had to reset YouTube, or not YouTube, Bluetooth.
Yeah,
I think that helped.
I'm gonna ask Scott if he can hear us both.
I heard me over YouTube.
Yeah, so a little trial and error. I got a lot more buttons. It's a little bit more of a complex setup than what I'm used to.
So let me talk and see if I can hear it on YouTube.
All right.
Okay, I hear myself.
All right.
I heard that.
Yeah, I got Scott.
You figured it out.
Yeah, because when the iPad unsyncs from, like, when I turn the mixer off, I have to go in and click a different setting, basically, because it was
Okay.
it was routed for audio only. It wasn't routed for a headset. That's why you could hear me and I couldn't hear you, because it wasn't transferring the audio.
Okay.
But
so you were hearing me, just not through your headset.
Yeah, because it would click the mixer off whenever a phone call would come through, which is bizarre.
And yeah, you should be able to use everything.
Yeah. Scott texted me and said everything sounds good. Don't touch anything. So I think we got it figured out. But anyway,
Scott, anyway.
I work with him. Guy I work with. He's a bit of a knucklehead.
Oh, nice. Is he Weiss?
Yeah, Weiss. He's got.
Oh, okay.
He's got a hairless cat, Joe.
Oh my God, those things scare me.
Nah, I know. Scott's he's a little bit of a different cat, but no pun intended. But
this hairless cat.
Yeah, I mean, that's his pride and joy. Got a sweater and everything.
Hey, I was gonna tell you on all your other shows you're watching. Do you get the baseball games, the major league games?
I started watching some of the Cubs and Dodgers, but it's tough for me to watch the Dodgers. The Cubs, to me, I think they're 2/3 of a team. When they hit, they don't pitch. When they pitch, they don't hit. And then when
that's the problem of a mediocre team.
Yeah, I think the Cubs are going to be mediocre. I hate to say it, and plus I just don't like watching the Dodgers. And then
I don't either.
I got derailed tonight, with this audio issue, but I got it figured out. Hey, first day on it, I had to get it all together, but I decided.
I'm glad I can help.
Yeah, I just got some of it. It's just ironing out the little things is the big thing. I got new microphone, new audio face, and that's why I was kind of off the week, and got some other upgrades coming soon. So trying to get all super band up for the upcoming football season. But
You picked a good couple. You got a few months to get that, so don't freak out. You're doing all right.
Yeah, I just whenever I get something,
I wouldn't overload it on everything, piling everything up new until you have this part down good.
Yeah.
Then get your new stuff in.
Yeah,
because otherwise you're going to have too many things to look at, and you're going to be live.
Yeah, but I figured, the new audio mixer, throw together a baseball watch party. We got some NBA on tonight.
You got WNBA tonight, dude. Hey, you got the Fever on. What's her name?
Oh, Caitlin.
That can't miss.
Yeah, Caitlin.
Yeah, she'll be on against the New York Liberty. Good game.
Yeah, they kicked off their preseason. They got their CBA done finally. Also,
right. Well, they're playing tonight on Ion. You know that station? They got 2 channels, Ion.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
I was gonna say,
well, there you go. They're coming on for us. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you've been watching any of the NBA playoffs, or just kind of meh? Not really.
I've watched like one game. The first game, the Knicks and the
Hawks.
And the Hawks, right?
Yeah,
then they lost the next 2.
Yeah, I don't know. The NBA playoffs really get going for me when it's the Eastern and Western Conference Finals, and then I'll watch.
Yeah, well,
that's about a month and a half away.
I know,
but I like to watch.
Well, I want to see Wimbiana.
Oh yeah, Victor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
he's fun to watch.
Oh yeah. Also tonight when I was watching the T-Wolves Nuggets, I think his last name's Della Devova. He went to Vanderbilt, or not Vanderbilt. He went to Villanova, and he tore his Achilles tonight. I don't know if they've announced it on the broadcast, but he went to go grab a loose ball and he stuck his calf out, and you could just see it jelly worm up his leg.
Oh boy.
And they're like, oh, I think they said he's questionable for coming back. Oh, he's done. He's done for the year. But I look at that whole thing and I think,
I like it. I like Denver when they have the 3 guys working together good. And the one guy who I really like, he's got that long braided hair.
Oh, Aaron Gordon.
Yes. When he's healthy, they're a tough team.
Oh yeah. And as I'm watching it, as I'm watching the other screen, Vanderbilt just hit another triple. They are knocking Texas all around the ballpark tonight.
Now wait. Vanderbilt, Texas is basketball. That's over, isn't it?
No. Baseball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought.
Well, Vandy's a good team in baseball, right?
Yeah, they've kind of struggled this year, but the thing with the SEC baseball is that when you look at the standings, only 3 games separate the third place team from like the 12th place team. It's just been so even. But here was something that I floated out there, and I've been pondering it since I've had all this time off, and I haven't really been in front of a microphone. Is it going to be a crushing blow if UCLA sweeps baseball and softball? Because that's pretty much in college the 5 major sports: girls softball, girls basketball, college football, college baseball, and college basketball could all be won by the Big Ten. It has a possibility to happen.
And the previous Pac-12.
Yeah, basically, when you combine the Big Ten and the top teams out of the Pac-12, it's. I mean, the SEC they supermaned up when they brought in Texas and Oklahoma, but I'm just gonna go on the record. I'm a Texas hater. Especially in football, because you always hear Texas is back, but I mean, in the last,
they never are.
Here's my thing. I think Sark's a good coach, but I think that there's so much pressure on them to win because they spend so much money. And I know people can make fun of Texas A&M and all that stuff like that. Are they a cult? I'm not going to call them an out and out cult, but I mean, they blur the lines, in my opinion. Please don't throw stuff at me, A&M fans. But at the end of the day, they spend just as much money as Texas. And if their coach, like Mike Elko, obviously they were disappointed they didn't beat Miami in the college football playoff game. But really, when you think about it, they lost to the national runner-up. What happens if they would have drew Tulane or would have got somebody else other than Miami?
Yeah.
I mean, is that a fair question to ask? At least,
that's what pisses me off. It's like, they're that good, and Notre Dame lost by 1 to them. Miami made it to the final. Notre Dame lost by 3 to them at Miami.
Right.
With his first start ever, CJ Carr's first start ever. And how they didn't make the playoffs with 2 running backs in the first round pick, it's just a bias. It's a total bias. And I don't know if it's Catholic motivated or if it's just that they're an independent and every conference hates them for that, but whatever it is, it's real.
Well,
because for them to get left out of the playoffs is that was wrong.
I think we're going to 24.
Well, that's what they're trying to say, but
because
Big Ten and SEC both disagree.
Well,
the two big ones both disagree on that.
Because see, here's the 2 budding issues. ABC, ESPN, whatever you want to call them, the major conglomerate, they're going to push for as many teams as possible. That's what they want. I think they want out of the bowl stuff. Honestly, and I've seen some other podcasts floated around. Siski and McCready floated it around. I really think
you have to have the bowl. You have to have the bowl games meaningful. They have to be playoffs.
I say
it has to be played in a bowl game, in a bowl stadium, and then in the playoffs.
Here's my thing,
and then they won't be meaningless.
Here's my thing that could probably solve a lot of your bowl issue is for the bowl people, just get over it and schedule them at the beginning of the year, because the Pinstripe Bowl can change venues. Have them all draft.
Well, that's Yankee Stadium.
Well, just have them all draft. Have them all draft teams at the beginning of the year. Everybody gets to pick. You can do it like you do at the end of the year with last year's wins.
So what do? You have a lottery for who gets what bowl choice?
Outside of the peach, orange, sugar, rose, those are always going to be played at the end of the year. You play the Motor City
the Gator.
Yeah, you play the Gator Bowl, give the Gator Bowl to NC State, you host it there, and you start the.
But what if NC State sucks? How do you just pick NC State?
Well,
for the Gator Bowl.
I'm just saying that, let's say, okay, the Kiners Texas Bowl last year had Houston and LSU in it. Both had an underwhelming season. They both won. I think Houston won like 8 games, which they crushed their win total, which that is I'm not shocked because I picked them over. I think it was 4.5 when I got it, but they almost doubled it. But what I'm saying is that you could have Houston play LSU, play it and have them sign a 2-year contract. They play a home and a home. And you get rid of the week 0 nonsense and you play a bunch of bowl games at the host team site or at the closest NFL site to whoever the home team is. And you lock them in for 2 years, and it solves the SEC's thing with them playing they have to play a group of 5, or not a group of 5, but they have to play a Power 4 opponent outside of their conference schedule. So they're playing 10 P4 games. You obviously don't want to make any of them a conference game, but what it could do is that you link up with somebody. Let's say Ole Miss wants to play Virginia. Take Virginia, for instance. You sign a home and home with them. That means, and then if you get home playoff games, with it being a 2014 playoff, you could potentially get 2 home playoff games. Look at all the extra revenue you're going to make from that. Like when Chase Parham put it out there that they were forecast.
That sounds too it's too arbitrary. You're just naming teams to play 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, it generates revenue. But I think at the end of the day,
I think that's about all it'll do. What will it do other than that?
But here's the other thing, Joe, that I think that we have to realize is there's a major divide in college football between the P4 and group of 5, because the big dogs come down and they raid the group of 5. I don't know how you can successfully be a group of 5 coach anymore, because it would be for your head coaching career. You're going to have one good year and then your whole entire roster is going to get plucked. So yeah. I think
not only it's happening now. I mean, if you look at what the draft just showed us, not one group of 5 player was selected in the first 2 rounds.
Right. But they started at the group of 5. Some of them did.
What do you mean? Mendoza?
Mendoza went to But I'm sure if you went and looked hard enough, you could find somebody that came from a group of 5 that developed into a first or a second round pick.
They didn't finish there.
But
right, and they didn't finish there.
And
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, so I'm also saying too, are we that naive to say that a group of 5 playoff isn't warranted? I would much rather watch
if they don't have if they don't have the wins against Power 4s, then screw them. Unless you're good enough, then you don't get in the playoffs. You don't just get given a place just because you're a group of 5.
No.
I don't believe in that.
I'm saying give the group of 5 its own playoff.
Sure, I would do that. Definitely.
I would much rather see the teams like Memphis and the top echelon of the Sun Belt, and then you use those, or if you don't like the beginning of the year bowl games, spread those bowl games out in the group of 5 playoff. At least they'll be competitive and you won't be having guys opt out because they'll be playing for something. Because
but the people in charge of the bowls aren't going to want to be relegated to just the group of 5.
Well, at the end of the
if you're going to tell the Rose Bowl, they could have 2 groups of 5 teams. They're not going to be happy with that.
No. I'm saying the major bowls that used to be the New Year's Eve bowls, like the Sugar Bowl, Rose Bowl, they're locked in. They're going to be semi-final neutral sites. That is what it is. Some people can hate that, but
well, why not just make all those bowls the same way leading up to those Final Four?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you have the Orange Bowl, the Rose Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl, and what's the other big one?
Cotton.
Orange, Rose,
Cotton.
Fiesta, Cotton. Okay, yeah.
You use you don't.
If you get those, I mean that's 8 teams right there. Of the 24 playoffs
in the Peach Bowl.
So you can make the rest of those and the Gator. I mean that's what I'm saying. You can start having those lesser bowl games because they've always been lesser.
Yeah.
So you don't get as good of the cream of the crop picks for the playoff games, but they'll be happy enough to be in the playoffs with a significant bowl. Gator's significant enough, and Peach is significant enough,
and I think
to have the playoffs.
And I think that
that's only 12 bowls. Look at how many bowls we have now.
There's
like 40, right?
Yeah. That's just.
So if there's 24 teams that get in, and that means there's 12 bowl games. You can find 12 bowls for the playoffs.
And I also think that you could use the Belk Bowl or the Holiday Bowl as a site to play a group of 5 playoff game, maybe. But I'm sure the group of 5 schools are all going to want home games. Just like the FCS does it because they want to make that revenue. Like Montana State and Montana, they make a killing in the playoffs. So
compared to what their other games would have been. Yeah.
So I think you could probably take the next 6 bowl games like they did at the P4 level and make those neutral site games to maybe gauge the interest. But
in other words, you're saying
format.
So you'd be okay with the 24 teams playoffs. 12 of them would be pretty good bowls, and then the Power 5 would have the remaining bowl.
Oh no!
Of 13.
Oh no,
13
Joe!
To 18,
oh
right?
No, we got. I think we got breaking news here.
What's up?
Edwards from Minnesota just went down grabbing his knee, not in a good way. He's up hobbling around. That's not good. They could potentially.
Boy, why is baseball so physical these days?
No. That's in the NBA game against Denver, Minnesota, Denver.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like, whoa, that's not good. That's not good. But anyway, back to the bowl thing.
Spill?
Yeah, he looked like he got rolled up on. But I guess this is my last thing on the bowl thing. They got to figure something out because the end of the season's a joke, and they got to fix the calendar. To be completely honest, you gotta fix the calendar.
Well, that's where it's going to be very tough to get 24 teams into playoffs. Like, if you're playing a 9 in conference schedule, then you got to figure out how many weeks that 9 is going to take. 2.5 months. So when do you start? If you start traditionally on September 4th, that would make it September, October, November. The second week into November, your season would be done if you only played conference games. Which isn't that one of the things put out there?
I think,
and that's not good because I don't care to only watch SEC play SEC teams. I don't give a shit about them. So that's going to cut away a lot of viewers that don't care about the SEC from the Big Ten, for example.
Well,
they might watch Georgia, Alabama, or they might watch, LSU, Alabama, or LSU, Georgia. But outside of those, what's the Big Ten going to want to? What's the Big 12 going to want to watch in the SEC?
Well,
every Saturday.
Well, I think one of the.
I don't want to care. I won't care to watch.
Well, I think one of the main issues is the Big Ten's TV deal is stupid. They play their biggest.
Yeah.
They play
But you
their.
know what, Duke? The whole thing that used to be great about the bowl games was because you had teams that never played each other during the regular season.
Right.
And when the bowl games came up, that's when you had really good teams from the Big Ten play really good teams from the Big 12, or SEC plays the Pac-12, like all these different things that you don't normally see, you know? And that's what made it fun, because you didn't know how they measured up against until they play each other.
And
but
so I guess here's something that I don't know the correct answer to this. I think they're going to ditch the conference championship games. I think
that they should do.
That's coming,
because that's coming to be bullshit, because when you have an example of last year with Alabama, they got into their conference championship with 3 losses. And then they played their playoff game and they got a 4th loss.
Well, the thing with I think they'll get rid of the conference championship games, and that's why I think they're going to expand it to 24. But the real contentious point is Petiti wants automatic bids, which I am not for. I want nothing to do with automatic bids at all. 0.
I agree.
I think if you
and buys, I don't think buys should be there. If we're having 24 teams, all of them should play first round games.
And I get that. I understand where you're coming from on that.
The point I was going to make about the conference championship games, though, is that Alabama got in there and they're crying that we shouldn't be penalized if we lose because our conference is so good. Well, guess what? You know, like, why wouldn't the team, if you don't get penalized for losing a conference championship, why play your best players? Why not save them for the playoffs? If there's no penalty, what's the impetus to want to go out there and win a conference championship? You want to keep your players healthy, especially after a long season. You know, give them a week off. If they're not going to get penalized for losing that game, then rest your players for the playoffs.
Or just don't play it.
That's what I would do. That's what I'm saying.
Just don't play it.
They shouldn't play it because, well, Alabama's proved it from last year. They didn't want to get penalized if they lost their conference championship. And they didn't get penalized. They stayed at number 9 like the whole way through.
Right.
In fact, I think they moved up they moved up when Notre Dame and Miami weren't playing for any conference championship. Alabama moved up by losing.
But also...
and Notre Dame got bounced, and Miami moved into 10.
Also,
Last year was the worst year ever of college football.
Okay. How about we just try this on for size? Are you
then let me just say this. You know, MGM Grand, who makes their living on laying odds and taking bets, they had Notre Dame 3rd in the percentage to win the whole thing, and they didn't make the playoffs.
Right. Made a lot of money, I bet.
How screwed up is that?
Oh, here's my thing. Get rid of the conference championship games, and how about we disband some of the conferences?
I would love to see that. I'd love to see everybody be independent. I would love it. Especially if you don't have a conference championship.
Well,
what's the sense of having a conference if you don't have a conference championship?
Well, I think the growing sentiment is that, look, this is stupid, and I think it would be better served to just start the playoffs right away. But my proponent of this whole of this whole thing is that if you're going to get rid of the conference championship games, you have to find something that can fit the revenue loss for the conference, which would be home playoff games, in my opinion. Because
maybe that would be where your bowl thing comes into play.
You could
instead of playing a conference championship at the end of the season, you play one of those big, or better bowl games, but maybe not the best.
But I mean, even
and
take
screw the group of five. Screw them. If they can't play with the big boys, then shut your mouth. Prove you belong.
And
leave no doubt.
I think here's where some people are gonna grumble about when I say this. I'm not necessarily saying get rid of the SEC schools and put them back in their conferences. I think the Big 12 is what the Big 12 is. But I think you take Oregon, you take Washington, USC, you roll them back over into the Pac-12, put those
UCLA,
back.
UCLA, I'm hoping.
Yeah,
I'd include UCLA because they're a good team. They just had come across struggling a little bit, but they're going to be good again.
Well,
I'm hoping they're going to be very good. I hope they beat the crap out of USC.
Well,
I hate that USC dodged Notre Dame. How do you end a rivalry like that? How dare you?
I think that when it comes down to it, I think that I get why Drinkowitz, I get why Shane Beamer, I get those guys that are they're not stuck in a rut, but they haven't won at the level that their fan base expects. Now, do I think Lincoln Riley will turn it around at USC? Maybe, but he's got an awfully big buyout. And I don't know where you go if you're USC, because at this point you got to make it work. And you want to know the fan base that's going to get pissed off more than anybody is going to be Florida State, because if they're not good again, they're going to want to fire Norvell. And I don't think Florida State they're in the business of paying a $60 million buyout. I don't think that they can do it, because I think they're strapped financially for cash because of the stadium remodel.
Is that what's left? Is that what's left on Norvell's contract? $60 million?
I think so. It's 54 or 60. It's over a 50 cent piece in the millions.
So what did he get? Like 10 million a year or something?
I think he's making like 9.7 or something like that. But
yeah,
he got that big contract extension because Saban retired. A lot of guys did. And that's just like DeBoer got a 7-year extension. They're going to pay him $12.7 million.
Wow.
Because that leads me to believe, I listened to some other journalists that are tapped in and said, well, then that means either Penn State or Michigan was real. Shout out to MPW Digital, but
I'll tell you what, if I was a head coach, I would run to DeBoer's agent and say, represent me, because how he got an additional extension from being a 4-loss team and really not doing anything since Saban left. How do you make that kind of money when you're a loser? It's not that he's a loser, but you're not winning, and that's what Alabama expects,
Okay, Joe. We'll play this game. Out of 3 universities, every coach since the legends have retired, which would be Ohio State and Alabama. And I put LSU in this category since, Saban left. You had Les Miles win a national championship. You had Coach O win a national championship there. So the investment is there with LSU, but there is no patience.
Oh, yeah, in a big way.
But right. With Alabama and Ohio State, since Woody Hayes is retired, every coach that has coached there all the way back from Earl Bruce won 10 games 3 times. He was like 86-23 at Ohio State and got fired. But Earl Bruce won 10 games.
Well, that's not a great record. 86-23 isn't, great.
He was went to three Rose Bowls.
Yeah, I mean it's good, but that's like going what, like 10-3 or 9-3 for a career. That's good, but you're not going to win championships.
But still won 10 games, and then he also replaced Woody Hayes, and then John Cooper comes in and won 10 games at Ohio State. I mean, John Cooper's well over winning 10, 11 games a year. And then Jim Tressel comes in, wins a national championship, and then after Tressel, Urban, Ryan Day. So Ohio State's had 3 different coaches win national championships there. You can say 2 of them are legends. I think Ryan Day's kind of a legend in his right, but if you look around college football, there's not even a handful of guys that have a national championship as a head coach. You have Day, Dabo, and Kirby.
Right.
Everybody else.
It's the big turnover from who was there. Now we're looking at guys like Kiffin and Sark and this second tier, DeBoer, that they're not quite as good, but let me. What, I like the guy that went to Auburn. I think they're going to become good again.
Alex Golesh. Well, it's been 7 years since I believe Auburn's won over 8 games.
Yeah, and I think Golesh is going to turn them around. He'll be the new face. Him and Freeman are going to be like the new faces. And Day, if he chooses to not go to the NFL, Ryan Day is very good.
Where does Cignetti fit in?
Well, he's getting old. He's almost of the Saban era, but he didn't get discovered until last 2 years. So, but he's still going to play. He's going to coach probably 5 more years, and so they'll still be able to do something with him.
Well, here's the thing: when it comes to this new era of college football, I look at it and I think it's like, man, Nick Saban had a reign of terror down there at Alabama, but if you look
and look what these new guys are getting paid, and they haven't proven shit yet, and they're all like 10 and 12 million a year.
Do you know when after Nick Saban won the first national championship at Alabama, he made like 6.6, and people thought that was astronomical.
Yeah, it was at the time.
It was at the time.
But now but now you're talking about high school kids getting millions. So
yeah,
it's not unusual, I guess. But it's just not deserved by these head coaches. It's like you're in the midst of watching a real turnover of head coaches with no loyalties to anybody. They're all running for the money, but they've been doing that for a while, I guess. But to me, it's like nobody's proved it yet, and they're all making all these like $10 and $12 million a year. They haven't proved shit yet.
I agree to a certain point, because I look at it as is that you got to pay market value so you don't lose the guy.
Right.
But also,
I agree.
I think some of these financial departments, a lot of people hate Jimmy Sexton with CAA. Jimmy Sexton's there to represent the coach. He don't give a damn about the university. What does he care? Oh. He's there to get a contract done.
The thing too, Duke, is that colleges have been making money hand over fist for a lot of years without having to pay
anybody.
All you had to do was give out scholarships, and they were pocketing TV revenue, gate revenue, whatever. But they were making money for many, many years. And especially when they joined conferences, then there was guaranteed payoffs on top of that. So, like they're not hurting for money. So that, when you have to pay a coach $15 million. It's like, well, what did we earn last year? 60? That'd be a quarter of it for one sport. Yeah, he's good enough, like, and then if he's not that great, they'll go, well, if he doesn't take 9, then screw him. But I mean, $9 million.
Well,
it's like when you haven't done anything.
Here's the other thing too, Joe. This might sound like me being an asshole, but is it too much to ask to the Big Ten to get on Rutgers' ass because they haven't done anything since they jumped to the Big Ten? Maryland
their move should have been the ACC, and Maryland should be the ACC.
I'm just saying, how about we put Pitt, Boston College, UConn, West Virginia, Syracuse, put them back in the Big East. I think that'd be way more competitive than, our hardcore,
no doubt.
Just a hardcore rivalry of many years of Stanford versus Boston College. No one wants to see that.
Right.
I mean, I get the Virginia thing. Virginia was good at one point, but Virginia is also really hard to get into. They have high academic standards, but at least they've been competitive at times. But I think that,
yeah. Well, that's the same with Purdue and Northwestern. I mean, they're good schools.
Well,
and
Purdue's
they've had their run, like back in the 90s, 80s. They were actually some pretty good teams.
Purdue
that would come out of those schools, not consistently, but like they could be competitive in the Big Ten.
I think Northwestern hired a good coach after they let Pat Fitzgerald go, and I'm not going to judge on that because do I think everything that happened in those quote unquote reports is true? That I don't know. I didn't investigate it. But here's the other thing. I don't think anybody went to jail either. So I'm not saying it was justified. It was a weird situation. Northwestern being a big time academic school, it was not a good look for them, and they had to make a change. I get it, but they also had to pay Pat Fitzgerald an undisclosed amount of money that it's between them and Pat Fitzgerald.
It probably wasn't more than $6 million a year.
I don't know what it was, but he sued him for $118 million, and I would say it was probably somewhere in the middle. But I think there's two sides to every story, whether it's just what it is. And oh wow, Mississippi State is falling apart in the 7th inning here. But I think that Pat Fitzgerald gets a new start. Northwestern's got a new start. They're opening a new stadium this year. It'll be what it's going to be.
Did Fitzgerald win his lawsuit?
Yeah, they had to settle.
So he didn't win it. They settled. But
I think if it went to trial, he was going to win it. I got a little.
Yeah. What were the accused? Why did they get rid of him?
They tried to say some type of conduct detrimental, but I can't get into a lot of the particulars publicly. I know a little bit more than I probably should, but let's just say it didn't go like Northwestern thought it was going to go because of the public backlash of everything. It's not like there was a smoking gun like Ray Rice. You know what I mean? Like, there's a video. I mean, also, speaking of video evidence, have you been following this Mike Vrabel thing?
No, but it keeps on showing up. So what's going on with him? Is he losing his mind or what?
So basically, I think it was 2 weeks ago. There was a video it was from a private investigator. There was a video that surfaced of Mike Vrabel sitting poolside with the NFL reporter Diana Rossini. And
Okay.
you could tell it's Vrabel. Well, that picture got released and it was like, this was what it is, blah, 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 blah. All of that,
Right. There's having an interview at the pool.
Well,
that's fine.
He had his shirt off and they were sitting there, looked like they were having a grand old time. Now I got to use allegedly so I don't get sued, but allegedly there's a video on the internet of a man that fits Mike Vrabel's description because, he kind of sticks out in the crowd, former NFL player. It allegedly looks like Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini out on a patio at a resort in Arizona, interlocking fingers and dancing around. So that happened. Shit kind of hits the fan for them. And they're basically.
I see nothing wrong with that either.
Well,
they're dancing. So what?
The caveat is that Mike Vrabel's married and Diana Rossini's married.
Oh.
So fast forward, it gets downplayed. Vrabel had a media opportunity. He kind of makes a joke about it and kind of, just laughs it off. Well, last week
he didn't deny it.
He didn't technically deny it. Well, there's another picture that got posted by the New York Post at like 6 a.m. East Coast time. It might have even been 4 a.m. East Coast time. But she, after the video came out, resigned from her place at the Athletic, doing all that blah, 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 the reporting stuff. She said, I gave a big, long statement about integrity and resigned. So basically, I think she resigned so they didn't fire her, right? So you think this saga's done. Vrabel comes out and he wasn't available for media. And then when he skipped the media op, the day before the first round, it was Wednesday morning, another host of pictures come out of
first round of what?
The NFL draft.
Playoff?
Draft.
Oh, draft.
Yeah.
No, so it's this recent. Very.
Oh yeah. This is only a couple days old. And it's an alleged picture of Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini during COVID sitting at a bar in New York. And then the other picture that drops is a guy depicting Mike Vrabel and one Diana Rossini. Basically him leaning in for something. So that blew up the other day. It's all over the internet. She's basically gone underground. Vrabel announced that he was missing the third day of the draft to go seek counseling. So, I mean, that's a kind of a messed up situation. And then also,
so he's admitting it without admitting it. He's just saying
he's going to.
I won't be available for comment. I'm going to counseling
for the third day of the draft because he has they have a media opportunity. I don't know who's going to do it for him, but at the end of the day, there's also another caveat on top of this. Her son is 6 years old. He was born in August. They were allegedly spotted in March. If you do some quick math on that one. And also the kid's name is Michael as well. So
March and then into August is not 9 months. It would be October.
Yeah. But
wait, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, actually. If it's 9 months pregnancy, right?
Yeah, but here's the other thing. If that was going on all the way back in 2020, I don't know. I'm not speculating, but I'm just saying. I think Vrabel's got a lot of questions to answer. And then Roger Goodell came out on Friday and said that Mike Vrabel did not violate the league's conduct detrimental, which I don't think Kraft would have fired him either. There was nothing. I don't think there was. There was nothing that Kraft could do, and I get it. You know, people have private lives, but I also think at the end of the day, there's a lot of layers to that story.
Well, Goodell isn't treating the NFL like a commissioner should. He's treating it like a proponent lawyer. So,
yeah.
You know, he's going to see if Vrabel's doing something bad. Here's what can we do to help him, which in turn helps the NFL. Like, he's not looking to disparage anybody in the NFL because he's the commissioner and he doesn't want any problems. So he's going to fight for the league as opposed to doing what might be right and saying, you know, Mike Vrabel, you've been a bad boy these last few years and it's caught up with you. Perhaps you should step away, you know? And that's what he should do to save face for the NFL. But instead, if you're going to allow, like when he first got in, he said, I'm going to clean this league up. These guys are going to pay for anything that they do wrong. And then there was like 3 different women abuse from players, like in the first year of his tenure, you know, and it's like, you know, screw you, you slime bag. You're not doing a thing that you said you were going to clean up.
But also,
so I don't have any respect for Goodell.
Also, you got to remember, the commish puts all the money in the owners' pockets, and I don't know if you checked recently, but the NFL owners they're not struggling to buy a McDouble from McDonald's. So
that's right. Yeah, they're on their way to billionaires if they're not there already.
Right.
The majority of them.
So I think that when this comes down to it, I think that Goodell's not going to do anything because he didn't do anything to Roger Kraft getting caught in that love you long time spa incident when he got arrested in Tampa.
Well, Kraft had ties to Epstein too, Jeffrey Epstein.
Wow. They
went on plane rides together and Kraft is a real scumbag.
Yeah. That's just
he's just an old man now. He and Trump, they're like old men now, but they were both like total scumbags.
Yeah.
That new Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you've been following it at all, but there's been a lot of protests going on at Ohio State to take Les Wexner's name off a bunch of buildings. We don't have to get into the whole scope of politics, but I just think the whole thing is bizarre, to say the least. That's where I stand on it. It's just bizarre. But also, Joe, was there anybody that you were shocked? Did you watch any of the draft at all?
Yeah. I fast forwarded a lot, but I watched some.
I didn't watch a whole bunch of it. I didn't watch a lot of it until the later rounds. But, you know, the Steelers drafted Drew Aller. That's just great. Right. Great. I'm excited. I am tumescent with glee.
Well, I think they're looking to him to be the same as, what was that big guy that they had for very successful.
Oh,
He was a big
Roethlisberger?
bruising. Yeah, I think they're picking him along those same veins, to be a big quarterback that, hopefully he'll stay in the pocket, won't get hurt, like just be a consistent thrower. Like not great, but consistent.
Well, I look at it this way. Drew Aller fits the part of being your prototypical quarterback. And until you got to get under center and play. So just go watch. Did you watch Penn State at all last year? They lost to UCLA with an interim coaching staff and Nico out there drawing it up in the backfield. Yeah,
they were hugely disappointing season. I mean, one of their worst.
With
as far as, because apparently most of the team came back.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then they were this bad. So
they spent.
Yeah, so it wasn't a good.
They spent huge dollars, man, to keep Katron Allen and Nicholas Singleton and Drew Aller, because Aller was allegedly going to be a top 3 pick. You
wonder what that says about Franklin. Like maybe that is more of a, and I think it is.
Okay. I'm glad you brought him up.
I would push the blame.
I'm glad you brought James Franklin up, because, I called him Big Game James on the show plenty of times. And, he had his struggles with Ohio State and Michigan. Right. Here's something that Penn State fans won't acknowledge. In my opinion, they will not acknowledge it. Do you think that James Franklin maxed out Penn State?
How do you mean that?
Because 10-2, won a couple of Rose Bowls, won a Big Ten championship. I'm not so sure somebody, and I get it, Matt Campbell was at Iowa State. And there's only been one other coach to win 10 games at Iowa State, and that was Earl Bruce. But anyway, they have not won.
I think Franklin was pretty good for Penn State, but he wasn't, it's the same thing with Sark in Texas. It's the BK syndrome, actually. It's like they can play a very good season, and then when the chips are on the line and you show up for the playoff games and you're not there, and that's, for some reason, you're choking and nobody knows why, but it's like obvious, that it happens year after year.
So here's my thing. What happens when, Matt Campbell going through a transitional year with the roster and being at Penn State and all of that? What happens if he doesn't get to where Franklin was at?
Well, I think he is going to get and beyond. I think he's going to be great for Penn State. I think that was a huge hire. It's going to work out. I believe in that guy. Iowa State was very good.
And
Iowa State, like all of a sudden, like you couldn't just count them as a win, if you were a Colorado or Oklahoma State or anybody, like, Kansas State when they had Snyder, like, I think Matt Campbell is a coach on the rise, just like Golish is.
I like Golish at Auburn more than I like Matt Campbell at Penn State, because this is going to sound really condescending, and I think the Iowa State people are going to get really pissed when I say that. He went to Iowa State. He revived a program that was dead, because it was. Outside of Seneca Wallace, Iowa State was a punching bag for the rest of the Big 12. And then they turned out not to be a punching bag anymore. Well,
right.
I think he maxed out at Iowa State, but also He got a big raise to go to Penn State. Not going to begrudge him for that. But I'm also going to throw it out there.
Well, it's just like Kelly at Notre Dame. Like, he maxed out, and then he went to LSU. It's the same exact thing.
I think that,
like, they have caps on their ability. The only guy I see as with no cap yet, because he just surprises me every game. He's so creative on offense. I love him. Golish. I haven't seen a cap yet for what he can do. I'm excited to see him for Auburn. I like when Auburn plays Alabama, I always root for Auburn, but other than that, I don't have any chips invested in Auburn, but I do like their coach now.
I do think we're coming to a point to where some of these guys that move around, basically, because if you're Matt Campbell and you win 7 games, let's just say he won 7-8 games the rest of his career and maybe had a couple of down years, Iowa State's never going to make.
Yeah,
they're never going to make a change ever. Penn State, if he goes 6-6, 9-4, 6-6, and 4-8, he's fired.
Yes, I would agree with that.
So,
but I mean, that's I don't anticipate that. I think if he goes 6-6 his first year, he'll probably go 9-3 his second year, maybe 10-2 his next year, and I see upward for him for Penn State.
I hope so.
Me. I could be totally wrong. Yeah, I could be totally wrong.
But I'm also
I see the same thing with Golish. I'm not expecting Golish to knock the world on its ass his first year. Like, I think he'll get his footing, because all of a sudden now this is big time, and he didn't used to have that. But he'll have his first year, and it's not going to be his team yet, because they have 3 years of other coaches' draft picks and things like that. But if he can somehow inspire kids to go to Auburn, his first year, his second year, he might, if he goes 8 wins, I think that would be a plus for Auburn. And then 2 years into the system, all of a sudden he's got some leggings, a foothold of what he wants to do there. Then he can go up and up. And I don't see, but I'm pretty much a positive thinker when I think of these two positions that, Penn State and Auburn. They've been traditionally quite good, blue chip type teams throughout college football history, but not history. Maybe I go back from the 60s and start seeing these teams. So, take it for what it's worth. It's a long time ago, but I call them like major football powers, Penn State, Auburn.
You may not remember this, Joe, but what does Penn State look like if Joe Paterno back in the 70s takes the Patriots job?
Or the 60s.
Oh, yeah. I guess it was in the 60s.
Yeah. Because my dad's first cousin was I think he was like the defensive line coach for Joe Paterno. And Paterno lived with him. Yeah. And he lived with him and his wife, my dad's first cousin, for like 15 years. And then the wife finally said, I think it was O'Hurley or something like that is my dad's first cousin. And there's a guy that played at New Jersey high school ball that went to Penn State and wound up going into the Hall of Fame, and he gave thanks to my dad's cousin.
Oh, nice.
On when he was elected in there, he remembered him from his college days and said, this guy was great, but for me, but
yeah.
Anyway, that's just an aside.
I think that, whenever you're looking at alternate history, how different does where do some programs go? Because what if Pete Carroll never left USC? Because I think he would have still been there.
he was doing so many illegal things that his time ran out. He capped out too. Just he was forced out.
Yeah, I mean,
because he would have brought the program down, and instead he said, "I'm out of here." So they didn't really give as much punishment to the program, and he got out of there for their benefit. Otherwise, I think the NCAA would have come down on them pretty good.
Do you think when we look at alternate history, what if Rich Rodriguez goes to Alabama instead of Michigan? Do you think
my gosh.
Do you think that changes? How much does that change history?
Hugely. You're talking Richard instead of Saban, right?
Well,
that's huge.
I think that that changes history big time. I think that some of the other stuff that changes history. What if
I don't think Rich Rod would have lasted as long there. I think if Saban was at LSU and then said, "Look, Rich Rod isn't doing it at Alabama. I'll come there and help you out." Then Rich Rod would have been out on his butt.
Or if
Rich Rod I like Rich Rod. He reminds me a lot, and vice versa, of Jim Harbaugh. They have like a little bit something loose in their brain a little bit. They're a little bit different than your average head football coach in college, right? You'd agree with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a screw cruising around their brain, but I like them for that.
I think it would be interesting, whenever you look back at alternate history, because I think if Urban Meyer didn't have his health issue, I think he would have gotten fired at Florida. And if they don't hire,
he was also one had off the field issues, right?
Oh yeah,
another one like that.
I think the whole time he was at Florida, 1 in 3 players were arrested. It was like 1 out of 6.
That's like Georgia now. I'll tell you what, Kirby Smart's running the same kind of program because Georgia gets nothing but kids in trouble all throughout the years.
And the thing that kills me, I wonder how different Clark County Athens PD would treat the program.
Right.
If Kirby
would, like Tallahassee,
he wouldn't have went down to the
Jameis Winston.
Well, yeah. I think that
he committed a rape and the cops hid it.
Yeah, that was. I don't know. Any more. I look at it as if Kirby doesn't go down to the legislator and try to mess with the FOIA stuff. Oh wow, that is unbelievable. I know you're probably not watching college baseball right now, but the bulk of the show, Mississippi State had a bad top of the 7th. They were down 7-2. LSU gets into pitching trouble. They walk the bases loaded. They walk a run in, and then a kid from State just hit a grand salami. 7-7
7-3-7.
It's 7-7.
Okay.
7-7 in the bottom of the 7th. LSU is melting down. If they lose to 9,
how many innings does college play?
9. 9.
So, okay. So there's still time to see mayhem.
Yeah, this is mayhem. LSU is melting down at the core right now. I'm sure you could hear a rat piss on cotton in that dugout. But, it's just, man, That's why I love college baseball, because when you think a game's over, it's just not over.
Yeah.
Now they're showing
Let's see, college baseball. LSU, Mississippi State.
Yeah, that place is.
Whoa.
That place is rocking right now.
Yeah, I'm watching it now. I just turned it on.
Yeah, that stadium atmosphere is rocking.
Dodgers 12-4 over the Cubs, bottom of 8.
Yep, that's why that got taken out of the multi-box. I smell.
Reds beat the Tigers 9-2.
Hey, the Reds might be for real, depending on if they trade everybody away at the trade deadline. Although, here's one thing that I have a beef with. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates, because Bob Nutting does this for a half a year. He'll spend 100 some odd million. That's what the payroll will be for the year. He'll end up dumping 60 million of that. You just watch. They'll be in it at close to the All-Star break. The trade deadline will come up and they'll be like, what moves are we going to make? And then they'll trade all their good guys for a bunch of prospects to restart service time, because Bob Nutting does nothing but steal money from the city of Pittsburgh, and he steals money out of the pockets of the fans. That's why Bob Nutting will crap in the Post-Gazette. Oh, wait, the Post-Gazette's no longer. He'll crap in the Trib Live, fold it up, and give it to you, because that's what he does.
Well, let's see. I'm just reading now. Wimbianum is questionable for tonight's game because of a concussion, I think.
Oh, he's not going to play tonight?
It's questionable.
Ooh, that's not good.
Now, where do they play? How come? Are they on ESPN or what?
Oh, I think they play tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Let me look. I'm pulling it up now. Hey, the Penguins, they might win a game. Might be a gentleman's sweep. They're down 3-0 to the Flyers. I ain't got no faith in the Penguins. NBA.
Yeah, Philly handed it to them, didn't they?
Yeah, Joe. If you're wondering what the tasting menu is tonight, or tomorrow, I'll read it to you. You got
okay.
Cavs Raptors tipping off at 1 p.m. Eastern. You got the Spurs at the Trailblazers at 3:30, so that's noon for you. And then you got
3:30, 12:30.
So you got possibly Wimbiana at noon tomorrow. Then at 4 you got Celtics Sixers, and then the nightcap Lakers Rockets, which that's been a crap series because the Rockets have stunk out loud.
Yeah,
they're gonna lose.
What I haven't watched anything, but that's what I've been hearing is that LeBron is rejuvenated or something.
Well, I mean, how many people find the fountain of youth and fresh legs at 40 years old?
I know. There's a podcast that comes on, and they're mostly Laker fans, so they always talk about them. And they were on LeBron like at the end of the year, just reaming on him. And the guy is just like, probably the best player. For me, it's him or Kobe. That was like the best I've ever seen, other than Wilt, if you want to go back that far. But Wilt didn't have the same kind of competition in the league that's in there now, But I'd still start any team I'd ever start. I'd draft Wilt first.
Oh yeah,
because he was that good. I mean, he was just that good.
I mean, the way the game is played has changed so much. I mean, to the Steph Curry stuff, to the analytics being in sports, it's just
a 3-pointer is a huge change. I mean, you could be down by 10 with a minute left and not be out of it.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's why I don't like betting the regular season. I really don't.
Yeah, I'm too afraid. I don't trust the refereeing to bet. I can see who's a better team almost instantly of the game they're playing, who's going to win. It's almost like instant, but with the refereeing, they rule. Like they can make whoever they want to win. So I don't bet on those kind of. I can't bet basketball. I don't trust them.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Yeah, I think it's um yeah, there's just a lot there. Um do I think the NBA will get out of its own shadow eventually? Maybe they might, but they got so much trust to restore with the public, in my opinion, because of how bad. I don't.
But they don't really. They don't care. Like I think it was you that said to me just how much they're branching out around the world.
Oh yeah,
I think that was. I was talking to somebody else, so it doesn't really matter to them. Like their golden goose is the United States, but then again, it's on its. I think they peaked, and I think they're on their downturn unless they can still get players from all over the world to come to their league. Otherwise, they're just going to rely on the NBA, Europe, and whatever NBA,
right.
Australia, NBA, South Africa. Like they're gonna have all these other forks in the pig, right?
Yeah,
So
I think the NBA is secure because they signed that major TV deal. So I think they're fine, essentially.
yeah, right.
But
Yeah.
the TV deal is something that you can't get out of. But I also think that what we're gonna see eventually is I think ESPN's gonna buy all the rights to all the college football conferences.
Say that again.
I think ESPN's going to end up with Big Ten rights.
Well, they're already SEC, right?
Yeah, they're already SEC. I think they're gonna make a play to get some Big Ten games.
Yeah, probably. They're going to have enough money.
Because the Big Ten schools, the majority of them that are trying to win are over the noon thing. They're over it.
And quite frankly, ESPN is going to have a lot to say to the two commissioners from each conference. If that happens, it'll be ESPN that makes the decisions.
Oh yeah, because I think in 2032, I think that they're going to buy Big Ten rights. I think they're going to buy. They'll have the SEC. I think they'll get both of them, and then I think it's going to tear apart the ACC because I think North Carolina and Virginia are leaving. I think Florida State, Miami, Clemson, they got to find a home.
Yeah,
they don't want to go to the Big 12.
That's the problem of these private groups, and that's where, with deregulation, these guys are going to be able to do, money is going to rule. It's going to be whatever you want it to be because you have the money to make it so. And that's how it's going to wind up like killing a lot of the competition. And it's going to get boring.
Also, since I got LSU on the TV, and with you being hardcore Notre Dame, I'm not making fun of you for it. You like who you like.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you think
I'm okay with that?
Do you think that if Brian Kelly had a do-over, do you think he would have stayed at Notre Dame?
Probably. If he, you mean just after he can look back on his results with LSU?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he'd go somewhere else. I think his time was up at Notre Dame because the fan base was getting tired of him not being able to win the big one. So I think he would have been forced out. And I think, he would have gone to like a Penn State or, somebody pretty good. They would have somebody that needed a rebuild, because he's good at that. He just can't. He can take you only so far.
Okay. Here's my next question. Do you think that his time at LSU would have been different if he took Freeman with him?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it would have been.
Yeah. I mean, geez.
Because
Freeman's a great coach. I mean, I don't know if Freeman would have wanted, and he didn't want to, and he didn't leave. They talked to him about in 2 seconds after Kelly made such an abrupt departure. It was like, okay, we want to talk to you, Marcus. And Marcus was like, you want to make me head coach at Notre Dame? Hey, I'm ready to be head coach.
Right.
Where do I sign?
Right. And if Marcus Freeman doesn't, let's say he went to LSU, he's probably a head coach of an SEC program right now. And then there was a big growing sentiment, because I remember when this was happening, that they wanted.
Well, see, he could make any of those struggling teams. He would have made successful, like the Gators or South Carolina or Auburn. Like, he would have fit in anywhere, even if he's a Big Ten guy. He would have made that. He's a hard worker and he's a hard recruiter. So
Right.
He would have made any of them successful. He would have been successful in the SEC, no doubt about it.
Oh wow! Breaking news! Breaking news! On the politics side, we don't have to get into it, but I'm just.
Don't get me talking politics, dude.
I'm not.
I'm ultra liberal too.
I'm just saying.
Hard to believe a good Catholic boy is an ultra liberal.
Hey,
but that's me.
People got what they got. They like what they like. But I'm just gonna say, somebody opened fire on the White House tonight, and that's it. That's all I'm saying. So it's all over the news right now.
Well, there you go. It's the correspondence dinner tonight, isn't it?
Yeah. So hopefully, for America's sake, nobody got hurt or anything like that. That's all I'm.
Well, I would agree to a point.
But
for America's sake.
But we're a college football show, so but I thought that it just broke in on a game that I was watching. It just broke in on ABC. So
breaking news.
Yeah. That's wow. But yeah, so I think oh wow, that was a big strikeout. Mississippi State backwards K's them going to the bottom of the 8th. Can Mississippi State?
You know what? I wouldn't put it past Trump to hire somebody to do that and blame Democrats.
Oh man. Ooh.
I wouldn't.
But yeah, who knows?
He'll do anything. His numbers are stinking.
Yeah.
So he's got to do something. This would be a perfect thing to say, look what these Democrats do. They're trying to kill us. Meanwhile, Republicans are actually doing it. They're actually shooting Democrats.
Also, Joe, if you want some, I don't know if this game is live or not. I got to find it, but
what game are you watching?
I got 3.
You just had me turn on the LSU.
Well, I got YouTube TV, so I got the triple box going right now. I got Texas Vandy on TV2, and then I got a triple box going because I got that ESPN Unlimited because I got pissed off last year when you don't have YouTube TV, do you?
No.
So YouTube TV went through that contract dispute with ESPN, and for like a week you couldn't watch any of the games that were on ESPN if you had YouTube TV. Also, other breaking news. The NFL says over 800,000 people attended the drafts, breaking the Green Bay record.
Wow.
So
it didn't look like that many.
Oh, that area that they did in front of the stadium. It looks small on TV, but it's huge. Because when I first started going to Pittsburgh, back way in the Wayback Machine, that whole area that's built up down there, none of that was there. It was just a big open parking lot. Yeah, it was just a big, huge parking lot. And they built all kinds of stuff down there. They got like Burger Theory. They got a Tequila Cowboy. If you look hard enough, you can see Todd Haley's chalk outline when he got thrown on the ground because his wife got into a dispute with somebody in the line to get into there. So yeah. Oh no, the LSU guy fell down. Mississippi State starts off the 8th with a double.
I think I just saw a homer.
Oh, that's probably
I think they just hit a homer.
Oh, you might be ahead of me. But yeah, they are
bottom of the
8th.
Let me see. I'm kind of half watching.
Yeah, I get it. But the LSU guy,
just so excited, and
that's why I have a big issue with the warning tracks being turf.
Oh, it's 7-7. Okay, that wasn't true. That was a replay of a guy.
Oh yeah, that was that.
So it's still 7-7, bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, man on second coming up. Man, I can't believe.
And you're ahead of me.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? The flow of baseball.
There it is. Oh, he slipped. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, because I don't think they should have. That's why I hate turf fields. But their infield at Mississippi State is grass and they have dirt, but their warning track is turf. At least it looks turf, but I'm just totally against turf. To be completely honest, I think it sucks, especially for baseball. Grow grass, especially if you're in the South. Figure it out, water it, do something. That's just like they were talking about at Purdue. At Purdue, putting in turf at Ross-Ade, and I'm like, come on, you guys are an agriculture school. You really should be Indiana A&M, but whatever.
When you look at it like that, dude, you're right.
Well, that's just like Kentucky, the home of the bluegrass. They have turf. Am I out of bounds here?
Well, you're speaking in ironies.
I'm just saying, like, you're known for bluegrass and you have turf. I'm just saying. Just that's something I wish the college commissioners would do and just say everybody is gonna play on grass. I mean, what did Belichick do the first thing he got to North Carolina? He ripped that damn turf out of there because it stinks.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that's the first thing he did. That's just like Colorado went back to turf. It's like, why? Why go to turf? It's just stupid.
I guess there's pluses and minuses for both, right?
And you could be like Ohio.
In baseball, it's a cleaner bounce, right?
Oh, it plays faster. It plays way faster.
Yeah, and when you like manicure a lawn, that's grass. You can pretty much make a true bounce anyway. But that's some of the nuance of the game is if it takes a bad hop, and you rarely see bad hops when you're watching on turf.
Oh yeah. The best grass in the state of Ohio is at Miami of Ohio. I think their field was the best out of all the colleges. Miami of Ohio was the best.
I'll give the grounds crew a raise.
Oh, that's what I think. But who am I? I think that you could get away with if you're like Wisconsin, and I get that because their field would be mush in November. I get it, Wisconsin, probably not ideal to grow grass all year round. But Purdue Agriculture School, got to figure it out. To be completely honest.
Okay, we got first and second here for Mississippi State. Mississippi State's only 11-8, and wait, LSU they're saying is 24-19. Could they have played that many games already?
Oh yeah.
Mississippi State's 34-10.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so 11-8 in conference, but 34-10. No, 32-10 Mississippi State.
Yeah.
So they should be the favorites, and they're at home.
Oh yeah.
And LSU is only 24-19, so they're barely above 500 there.
You know what was an interesting thing? Buddy of mine, Chase Parham, pointed this out on his podcast. Bethune-Cookman, the HBCU in Florida, has a win over they have a win over Florida, and they have a win over LSU this year. Bethune-Cookman.
Why? Why? Pitching?
Midweeks, man. That's the way it is in college baseball. They got those midweeks get weird because you'll get some coaches that will not throw a top of the line guy because once you get into conference play, you got to save those guys for typically either Thursday or Friday night and try to keep them on the same schedule.
Well, then that's probably your answer right there.
So, but yeah, allegedly LSU spent well into the millions on this baseball roster, and they're 6-13 in the SEC, and it ain't. I don't think it's looking good for them to make the tournament.
Well, how many teams get in?
64, but when it comes to the baseball thing, they rely heavily on the RPI. They really
conference, I can imagine.
Oh yeah, your conference schedule, because like you could go 15-15 in the SEC and you'll probably make the tournament because your RPI will be so high. But they got like over half the conference is ranked, but at the end of the day, you could probably plop South Carolina in that was bad by SEC standards. They probably finish middle of the pack in the Big Ten in baseball. Just to be completely honest. Mississippi State, no outs.
And yet, football is going down, and their baseball and basketball are going up.
Mm-hmm. But I think the SEC made a more conscious effort to invest in basketball.
Those other sports. Yeah.
So that's my thing. DiVincenzo tore his Achilles. They put that out.
This is a pretty good battle going on. You should watch this LSU pitcher against this batter. It's 3-2 for a while here, with first and second and none out.
Oh yeah, it's
a good battle though. It's better.
Although I will say I'm not the biggest Mississippi State fan in the world, but I do like that interlocking S and M on their hats.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he got him, but he fouled it. Foul ball.
Oh no. Oh,
Oh,
boy.
they got him out.
Oh yeah.
The guy didn't hold on to it. I guess he must have missed the ball.
Yeah.
He must have missed the pitch. Yeah, he missed it. And so did the catcher, but it doesn't matter. The batter struck out.
Oh yeah.
But the catcher didn't get past him because that could have been a run. No, first and second. That would have been second and third. Ooh, way outside. Okay, 1 out, first and second. 28 pitches by this pitcher. He's a reliever. He's probably getting a little tired.
That's like the fourth guy they've used tonight.
Ooh, it's a hit. Base hit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they can't. Oh, it's a play. What are you doing? Oh, LSU just blew it.
That's why hitting.
Oh my God.
That's why hitting the cutoff man is important.
Well, he hit the cutoff, but the cutoff, it looked like he was undecided on where to throw it, and wasn't gonna throw it at all to home plate, and he wound up like holding it a little too long and then bounced it along the first base line instead. He should have just let it rip to the catcher.
Oh yeah.
But he didn't think quick enough. Watch this relay. It was a perfect relay from the outfielder.
It would have
perfect.
It would have been a one.
He didn't hold it. That's what the thing was. He didn't even catch it.
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
so he didn't even catch it. Okay. Big mistake on the shortstop.
Yeah.
He wanted to turn and fire, and he didn't look the ball into the glove.
Yep. Got to keep your eye on the ball.
What are you doing? What is that?
Yep. The LSU faithful, it's gonna get highly contentious on the folks that made that trip. I can tell you that much.
The Mississippi State fan looks like that's the only fans there are because they're going crazy.
Oh yeah.
They're ranked 15th only. They're 32-10, and they're only ranked 15.
I think at some point
must be some good teams.
Oh yeah, there's really good teams in the SEC.
Oh no!
And the run scores.
Yes, it does.
In the run,
third baseman bobbled.
Yeah, and the run scores.
If I was this pitcher, I'd be pissed.
Oh yeah.
If I was this pitcher, I would be pissed.
It's gonna be.
These guys are fucking up all around them.
Well, it's gonna be a weird.
Watch this. A dribbler. Look at this.
He should have charged it harder.
Come on, you can't make. What are you? Oh, that's just pathetic.
I think he was sitting back on his heels a little too much, and then when he went to charge in after it, I think it was. He thought he was getting another bounce, and he didn't get it. So
he didn't get it all right.
Oh yeah, it was. That's a tough play. I mean,
well, it was a very easy play, and he made it tough. I mean, that was like a dribbler down third, and the guy on third couldn't even run for sure because it was too easy of a play. And then he took off, and then the guy bobbled it and choked.
No,
the third base coach was probably saying, "Go, go, go, go." And that got the third baseman all squiggly.
And also,
like nervous, he couldn't make the play.
Also, I think it's fascinating as well that Mississippi State and LSU started a half hour apart on game time, and they are both in the eighth inning. Both in the eighth inning with 2 outs.
Well, that pitcher is showing a lot of poise. He just struck that guy out for the second out.
Yeah.
He should be out of this inning like two batters ago. But what are you going to do?
Yeah, LSU.
He's down by 2 now.
Yeah, LSU's got one last chance at it. The only thing State's got to do is close the door. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't like either of these two, but boy, when you see somebody choke like that, that's just.
But
who was up 7-2? Who'd you say they came back?
LSU was up 7-2 going into the 7th, I think.
Oh, brutal. That's even a bigger choke job.
Oh yeah.
That's even worse. If you're up that much.
Hey, the Penguins won
and your
tonight.
pitcher was good. Did they?
Yeah, they ended up beating Philly. I'm shocked.
So it's 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1 in the series.
Whoa! Red Sox 17-1 over the Orioles.
And Alex Cora got fired today.
Did he?
Yeah, he wins 17-1 and gets fired.
That's big news. That's big news.
Oh yeah, and April's not even over yet, and he already got fired.
That's crazy.
Well, I think it's because of their wicked slow start is what drove it.
Well, the Yankees just swept them, so that certainly doesn't sit well with Boston ownership. But still, that guy's good. He'll get a job.
I think
He'll
Alex
somewhere and work.
I think he's going to have to go somewhere undesirable.
Yeah.
Or whoever hires
But the
him.
problem is Boston stopped spending the money. Like all of a sudden they let guys go. You know, that Betts was a great player that they let go.
I think
and he went to the Dodgers, and now look at the Dodgers.
I think
and then that other guy, the shortstop, was also a guy they let go to San Diego.
Right.
And then the pitching.
I think that when it comes down to it, I think that the Red Sox tried to be fiscally not irresponsible, but responsible because of what they got. Kind of like what Ricketts did. He wins the World Series with the Cubs and then completely dismantles the team.
Right. Doesn't re-sign them.
Right. Because he didn't think they were worth that. It's going to be hard to get Ricketts to get rid of the Cubs. You got probably outside of the Yankees and Red Sox, the third most recognizable brand in the world when it comes to baseball.
Yeah.
Maybe fourth, maybe them with the Braves. So
Yankees, Dodgers, Giants, Cubs, Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals. They got a big fan base. But yeah.
And they got history.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just want to see Mississippi State close this out, and I think I might just call it a night after that. Had all my
Yeah, I'm ready to go too.
Yeah, we've been
all right, Duke. Yeah, that was good. You know what? We should save our talks instead of talking offline so that we have stuff to talk about online.
Yeah.
With your new system.
Yeah. I'm hoping the audio quality is better for people watching at home. I hope I hope it's a big upgrade.
When I talk to you, I'm on speaker, so I probably don't sound as good, but you sound good. It sounds clear as a bell to me.
All right, Joe. Well, I guess with that, I'll let you get back after it, and I'll talk to you, Joe.
All right.
All right. Have a good one, buddy.
We'll see you, Duke.
Yep. Bye.
Ciao.
All right. That was Joe. Joe stopped in for a while tonight, but there ain't nothing going on. It's Saturday night. I don't know. I think we possibly shut it down after After State wins, Texas is down 6. I don't know how that. Well, I guess it's a half inning. I guess I can hang on for another 20 minutes. But it feels like these are big outs coming up for State. I think we'll shut it down after State. Unless somebody calls, but that'll be about that. Oh, man. Oh, boy. All right. Mississippi State, what you got? All right. Evens the count up. See if we can get out of here. Gonna be an interesting Sunday for no. LSU home run. LSU home run. Oh yeah. Ugh. I don't know. Man, he needed that one, didn't it? Those are the home runs that piss you off where they just barely get it over the fence. Yep. Looks like my Nuggets bet's fried, died, and laid to the side. That's about a fact as well. Nope. Mississippi State pitching change. Yeah, we'll see what we got. Huh. Yeah, just looking at some stuff. Nothing really going on. Pretty slow mover, to say the least. Yep, got to build back. We'll be back Monday as well. Yeah, my stomach's growling. I'm gonna roll, people. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. I don't think we're gonna miss anything. Let you watch the last 2 outs in peace. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Do us the biggest favor, hit that like and subscribe button, and we will talk to you later. Have a good night, everybody.